Beautiful Saturday afternoon in Toronto, and the Rush fell behind early but made all the plays late to win it 30-24 over the Ottawa Outlaws. And a great scene here at Varsity Stadium, plenty of post-game pictures to be taken. Hi again, everybody. Evan Lepler with Brian Jones, and I think you and I were both impressed with what Ottawa did early in this game. The Outlaws led 10-7 at the end of one. It was 12-9 in the second. And then you can do the math. It was a big run for the Rush, 21-12 the rest of the way, as the Outlaws just could not keep pace down the stretch.
Yeah, Ottawa started out great. They took away all the unders away from Toronto and forced Toronto, which has been used to be given the unders because they have so many good receivers deep, to just try to stay patient. They weren't, and that's how they built that lead. But then Thompson McKnight started shooting, and the rest was history for the Rush.
Yeah, how did the Rush's game plan change when McKnight kind of took charge?
I think they started having more fun. They have all these deep receivers. Isaiah Masekele was on the receiving end of some floaty hucks. He has the matchup. He's 6'4", he's got a big beard, and he rips them home.
There were plenty of highlights in this game, and it began with a bunch of Derek Alexander deep shots like this one of the game's very first point.
Perfect shot. You can't get better than that. Ottawa got off to a fast start. They were pretty much hitting on everything.
Keelan Way was a target deep early and often. The Outlaws in the first quarter really made Toronto pay for their over-aggressive defense.
Ottawa has the athletes. That's the thing we came away with. Great catch here, extended over the shoulder, but it was Toronto was able to battle back.
And Toronto has some athletes as well. Isaiah Masekele off the tip from Jordan McGregor, and then McKnight. He used the backhand, the flick, and of course the hammer too. Jonathan Martin with an easy assist to Isaiah Masekele.
Toronto took over the game, and we saw guys that usually don't throw deep. Steve Armitage growing his game, normally a deep cutter, finding Jonathan Martin.
So the Rush were down 3 at the end of one, and then Toronto led by 2 at the half. Early in the third quarter, Ottawa made a couple plays, got back into the game, but then it was just one mistake after another. How many times did it feel like the Outlaws were on the brink of getting back within one, only to give it away in the goal line?
They had 3 key end zone possessions, and then here's just a few examples of how they threw this game away, and that was the rest of the story for Ottawa, who just couldn't convert while Toronto had all the luck in the world.
Nathan Hurst, the 21-year-old star for the Rush, and then late in the game, it was McKnight to Lindquist, not once but twice.
Lindquist going deep, wide open, putting it on a platter, pretty easy to bring it home for the Rush.
So at the midway point of the season, Toronto sits atop the East Division. The Rush are 6-1 after a 6-score win over Ottawa here on a lovely Saturday in Ontario.